What's up YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brenda, and if you're seeing me for the first time, it means you're new to this channel. Please don't be afraid of clicking that red button so that you can subscribe to my channel. And guys, we are on our road to 1000 subscribers. Please, if you not subscribe, please subscribe, and you can also tell your friend to tell a friend to come support. Recently I shared videos on my love story, and if you've not watched, don't worry, I'll leave the links on the description of this video. And thanks to you guys, now I realize that the person I used to think who had a bad temper, overreacts to things, overthinks about small issues, wasn't really any of those, but he was narcissistic. So today I'm going to give you seven simple ways of identifying a narcissistic person. So guys, dating a narcissistic person is very exhausting. Like, these people will drain you emotionally, socially, and even physically. Like, for me, in my case, at one point I started believing that I could not do anything, right? Because this guy, like, you will find fault in everything that I did. And actually guys, this got to my head because at some point I will not do anything without seeking approval from people. Like, I'll do something, then hold on to it, just waiting for somebody else to confirm whether it's right. And it was that bad. Like guys, I had spent many months feeding this person's ego, because that's what they want. And like, anytime you refuse to feed their ego, it will be trouble. Like guys, these people are like landmine. You have to be very cautious around them, because one minute they'll be happy, with a snap of a finger they are totally different people. So like, you have to be cautious about you stop being confident about yourself. Like everything you do, unaogopa, unaona tu maybe I'm not doing this thing right, ama will this as in you're thinking, if I do this, will it annoy him? Like, you're always worried, you don't know what to do, you're afraid, like a confused person. So today I want to help somebody to be able to easily identify such a person and to know how to deal with them. So let's start. A narcissistic person is very charming, and this is what they use mostly to manipulate people. Like, because they know that, and they'll make sure you fall so hard for them, so that it's easy for them to manipulate you. Like, this guy will do anything. Like, if they annoy you, they know that they'll easily use their charm to make sure that you are doing whatever they want you to do. Number 2, they have a very pregnant sense of self-importance. Like, a narcissistic person believe that they are the best version of people in the world. Like, everything has to involve them. Whatever you do, it has to be about them. Everything that comes about has to concern them. They believe there's no one like better in the world like them, and as in only exceptional people can understand them. In addition to this, they will go ahead to exaggerate about their accomplishment. The person will go ahead to even an extent of lying about their accomplishment, just to make sure that people feel they are superior. The next thing is they belittle others. Like, a narcissistic person doesn't want to feel like there's competition around him. So that's why you see, if they meet a person who is confident, they'll make sure they attack that person until the person is no longer sure about themselves. Somebody that is always confident, then all of a sudden they start like becoming shaky around this person, because they have been made to believe that they're not worthy of anything. And once they belittle someone, like, they feel like they're exerting power. When they belittle somebody, they feel like now they are winning. The next, a narcissistic person feels like they're entitled to admiration. Like, they want people to constantly admire them, like make them feel special, because as this person is insecure about their personality, and they're also insecure about themselves. So with constant admiration from the other person, admiration from the other person makes them feel like they're okay, and it makes them feel like they're important in the society. Because you remember I told you that these people have they feel like they are the most important people in the society. So they want you to keep on talking about them, admiring them, like making them feel more special and more special. And for a narcissistic person, if you fail to admire, like to make them feel so special. It will make them become arrogant. They will do anything to hurt you because you didn't give them like they deserve being admired. Yeah. And the next thing is that they feel like they are more attractive than any person in the world. Like nobody really deserves to be with them, as in the main reason is that they have this idea of how ideal love should be. And this you see, it's an idea, and sometimes it's very unrealistic, and it's not like something that happens in this world. Yeah. Like I'll use an example here. Like for me, this guy used to tell me that as in he'll come up with names, then he'll be like, this lady still wants me, this lady thinks I'm cute. And since they believe that they are creme de la creme of this world, they believe they are perfect. So if they believe that imperfection is not part of them. Yeah. So if this leads us to our next point, is that they don't take criticism. Yeah. Oh, that word is really hard. They do not take criticism. Yeah? So if you criticize a narcissistic person, they won't take it positively, because they believe that if you point out any mistake in them, it's like you are attacking them. Yeah, you are attacking their personality, and since their personality is so shaky, they is insecure about themselves, it will make them angry, it will make them overreact, it will make them like boil up. Yeah. And since you've attacked their personality, they'll have to revenge, and it doesn't matter how, as in they don't really care whether the way they revenge will hurt you or anything, since they don't know how to empathize. That's another characteristic of a narcissistic person. They cannot empathize. Like empathy is what makes us all human, and if you cannot put yourself in the position of another person while you're doing something, it means that you are not normal. Yeah, you're not normal. So for a narcissistic person, once you point out a mistake in them, what they'll do is they will either turn theirs in, make it appear like, seem like you are the one who's on the wrong, or they will do anything. They will abuse you. They will bring in the arrogance to make sure they hurt you, just to get back at you because you pointed out a mistake. Yeah. Then a narcissistic person is very exploitative and manipulative. Yeah. So this guy, as I've said earlier, they cannot empathize. Yeah. So they don't really care about those around them. They will do everything to make sure they get what they want, even if it means abusing the other person. That's what they will do. Like even if it means like knocking everybody aside so that they get what they want, that's what they will do. Then the final thing is a narcissistic person is full of fantasies of success, of power, of being great in the future. And unfortunately for a narcissistic person, the bubble of fantasy never breaks up. So like they keep on getting deeper and deeper into thinking of how they will be rich in future, how they will be successful in future, how they will be very powerful in future. And if they meet a person who, like, for a normal person, like you understand the difference between reality and a fantasy. And if you want to live a reality which is different from their fantasy, it will create problems between the two of you. So if a certain person comes to a mind when you're listening to this, then that person is definitely narcissistic. And a shout out to everyone who has had to deal with a narcissistic person. I wish you quick recovery emotionally. Yeah. And guys, that was it for today. Bye.